Hi, I'm Marie Eric with Liberty County 4-H, and today we are going to make a zucchini bread. So this is a real simple recipe. I want to share it with you. I invite you to make this at home. First, I want to tell you I have my oven over here preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to go ahead and spray my pan with an on-stick spray. And I'm going to put that to the side. So I have gone ahead and shredded my zucchini. It's really simple to do, and I'm going to show you what I've got going on here. So I just simply took a grater, and that is it. That's all you have to do to shred your zucchini. So I needed 1.5 cups grated, lightly packed. You don't want to drain the liquid. You're going to need that liquid. So that's a really, it took one good medium-sized zucchini to achieve that amount. So moving forward, in a large bowl, I have my large bowl, I am going to add my grated zucchini. So I also needed 1 cup of sugar. That's a lot of sugar, but it's 1 cup. Also, it called for 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So I have that added as well. Applesauce. So for this particular recipe, you needed unsweetened applesauce, and it's 1/2 cup, so that's 4 ounces, so that's one of these small containers. And applesauce is really great to cook with, so I would encourage you to try to do that, incorporate it in. So I have 2 eggs. I'm dropping my eggs in. I have 1/3 cup of, I am using canola oil. And you can use vegetable oil, you can use whatever oil you prefer, but I chose canola oil. Also, I'm going to add just 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and that's it. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix these wet ingredients up. I just want to get them blended. I want everything kind of in there. Doesn't take but just a minute to sort of get all this going here. Just want it, pretty well combined. All right, so next I have, and this is 1/2 teaspoon of each. So this is salt. I have baking powder. I have cinnamon, and I have baking soda. Remember, it was 1/2 teaspoon of each of those. And so finally, the last thing I need to add is 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. So remember, you want to make sure you get the right measurement, so you will most definitely, I'm using 1/2 cup here, so I want to make sure I'm getting the right amount. So I'm going to use my knife to level those off. So that's 1 cup, 1 more. And there we go. So all I'm going to do is just mix this enough to get everything wet. And again, this is a really simple recipe. And zucchini bread is really good. It's really delicious. You don't want to overwork the bread, but you do need to get all of your dry ingredients moist. And you can see it's really starting to come together. And that's all you need to do. It's a super simple recipe. a great use for a vegetable out of your garden. All right, don't want to overwork that, as I said. And I'm just going to put this right into my greased bread pan. And as I said, I have already preheated my oven to 350. Now, every oven does cook a little bit differently. I'm going to start out with 45 minutes. Generally, I would cook this for 50 to 55 minutes, but sometimes it's better to just check ahead of time. Well, it's been 45 minutes, so I'm going to take a toothpick and I'm going to stick it down into the center, and it has come out completely clean. One more time. I see just a little bit of uncooked dough there, so as I said, every recipe is a little bit different, as is every oven. I'm going to put this back in for about 5 minutes. I'll pull it back out and we'll see how it looks. So here's my zucchini bread. Stick my toothpick in. Came out clean. Again, came out clean. So this is your finished product here. I will let this cool in my loaf pan for 10 minutes. Then I will flip it out onto my cooling rack and I'll allow it to completely cool. Once it's completely cooled, I will cut it. You can eat a bite or two then if you'd like, but you actually want to wrap this and put it into the fridge. Let it stay in the refrigerator for several hours. It actually tastes better after it has cooled down and is refrigerated for